Nice to meet you, friend.
Nice.
JD from Sky Sports. I think probably we should start with maybe just an injury update. And
Everything is okay. Everybody's okay.
An injury update and a fitness update of just the squad. How you doing?
Everybody's okay.
Everybody's okay?
Yeah.
Well, the form of the team is fantastic. I mean, obviously 3 wins out of the last 5. How important is momentum going into this part of the season?
It's really important trying to achieve the consistency on our performance is one of the objectives that we have. We know how hard it is, but it's to go game by game and always trying to improve and become a better team.
And contract renewals have kind of been the talk of the Wolves team at the moment. Obviously improving with 3 new deals for important first team players. Why was it that those individuals were picked out, and what do they kind of bring now that their futures are sealed here at Wolves?
They are players that they are here before, so players that have many years in the club, and we believe that the core of the squad and keeping the same players will improve us. There are players that are having a good performances since last season, Roman, Connor and Matt, so the idea is to always keep what works.
And how do you, now that you go into the business end of the year, keep the boys focused? Obviously the top 6 is their own bubble, but technically most people would look at you as maybe top of everybody else. How do you keep them focused, and especially with the ambitions of European football?
We go game by game. The table doesn't mean anything, we just go game by game. Like I said before, play the game, focus on our tasks and play. Don't think about anything else, just don't think about the result, don't think about anything. Just think about your task, your performance, the way you want to play, how you want to do things. Look at your opponent, realize that tomorrow you're going to have a tough opponent in front of us. That's how we keep our feet on the ground.
Speaking of that opponent, obviously Bournemouth are in that sort of bubble with you in terms of those teams looking to get into that illustrious 7th position. How are you preparing going into that game?
The way we prepare all the games with all the details, trying to give the maximum of info to the players and preparing the game. The game preparation begins in the beginning of the week, so we prepare well and we are ready to go.
And obviously it's the preparations, as you say, it's going to be a difficult game and you're kind of focused for it. But there's no Callum Wilson, there's also not going to be any David Brooks either. Does that not give you a kind of a psychological edge knowing 2 of their key players are out?
No, what we know is that Bournemouth has a fantastic squad, and for sure Eddie will find another solutions and always a strong 11 for sure.
It'd be interesting to find out from yourself, how do you see your debut season within the Premier League? How have you assessed it so far?
We're trying always to become better. That's our philosophy. I think we are doing a good job, but still have a long way to go. So no rest, always work hard.
I understand that. And kind of going forward, the ambitions that you probably gave to the board when you joined and the board probably gave back to you, do you see that coming forward now with the stadium expansion? So much was made of your recruitment of big players, but you've kind of lived up to the hype, haven't you?
Our ambition is simple. We don't think about that, we think about the game-by-game situation, training session each time. I think is the best way. All the things that will come eventually in the future only be possible if you focus on your daily routine. So all the things that you think that the owners pass this ambition, and that doesn't exist. In my idea is only day by day, game by game, nothing changes. The engine of the club is the team, so we have to prepare the team well.
But you have the right players at the club right now that have the European experience, the Jan Martinez, Raul Jimenez, who have played in those sort of European competitions to understand how to keep the boys focused, no?
They don't have to think about their past. The importance is their present, what they did before, where they were before, what the good things that they can put all this experience that they acquired before, the knowledge that they have in us, bring it to us and focus on us.
Of course. And just on a wider issue, I know Chelsea have been hit with a transfer embargo today in terms of with their signing of minors. Do you feel like those sort of punishments are fair enough?
I don't know I didn't know about that, but usually I don't comment other situations, so I don't have enough information on that subject to give you a right opinion on that. I'm sorry.
That's fair enough. Thank you very much.
Cheers, my pleasure.
Hi, Nuno. The new contract for Roman Saiss, he's been important, obviously, since you arrived here. What does he bring to the squad?
Quality, experience, he's a competitive player. He's versatile enough to do more than one position on the pitch. So very happy with him.
Since we last spoke, the FA Cup draw was made. It's the first time Wolves have been in the quarter-final for 16 years, and it looks like it's going to be a special atmosphere at Molineux. Manchester United coming to town. What did you make of the draw? It's a home draw.
I can speak about the draw, but you are speaking about a game that is 4 games away from us. So if we go day by day, game by game, so look how far it is. But it's gonna be tough, and it's a tough draw.
What did you make of Mick McCarthy's comments that he's made in the last 24 hours? He's praising Matt Doherty, which is obviously good news for him. He says he could argue that he's the best player in his position in the Premier League. Would you agree with that?
What I know is that Mick was the one that brought Matt into Wolves, so the credits to Mick on choosing, I think, a very good player, and the rest, I think it's about Matt, the way he prepared himself. The credit for him. He become, I think, now a very good player, but he has to improve a lot.
And just finally for me, we interviewed Matt yesterday, and he talked about how much running.
Who you interview?
Matt Doherty.
Mhm.
And we talked about, obviously you said how much running he's been doing, and he has to get into the box at certain times. And he says if he doesn't do that, you don't shout at him, but it's just a look. Is that something you've been kind of working on? Does that work?
Ask him. I don't work on my look. What I try is to improve them, to improve them. It's not the way I look at him. For sure, that doesn't make him run. He runs because he believes that he can arrive, and he goes up and down. And he has to keep doing it, keep doing it. Keep it doing it. Don't change.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure.